Hey y'all, I picked up this package from Pond Central of Opelika, Alabama, and yeah, they also gave us this nice shirt. See right there, and got something here. I hope you guys will enjoy this. Open this thing up. It is a Model 94 Winchester. Look at this thing. It's got that cosmoline on it. You can smell it. Brand new. Got this beautiful butt pad on it right here. And it does have this thing here on the barrel. We're gonna have to take this thing. All right, we got that sticker off. This is a beautiful 94. I think it's better than the old originals was. It's got your screws here on the side for your tang mounted peep sight, which we'll get one of those on there. And it also has this right here, which is why it's going to be really easy to clean. All right, let's talk a little bit about the cartridge, the 3855. Okay, the 3855 was the original cartridge that the Winchester Model 94 come out in. This is your 3855, and here it is compared to a 3030. Now the 3855 is what the 3030 shell come from. The 3030 was just a neck down 3855. But before they did the 3030, they just tapered this down to 32 caliber and called it the 3240. So the 3240, 3855 both come out about the same time. And then you come out with the 3030, the 32 special, the 2535, and the 219 zipper, if I'm not mistaken. So they pretty much all come out of the same 3855 cartridge. And so that's, and the 3855 is actually older than the 94 Winchester. The 3855 cartridge, if you look it up, there's a little bit of confusion there. If you look it up, they say that Ballard introduced it in 1876. But then it says Marlin used it in 1875. I don't know about you, but you can't invent something that is used before you invented it. But anyhow, anybody that knows the truth about that, go ahead and leave a comment down below so we'll know what the real truth is. But say that's neither here nor there, because it didn't really get famous until Winchester chambered it, as far as for a lever action, until Winchester chambered it in their 1894. Now it was produced in the 1894s until about 1940, give or take a little bit. But anyhow, that's what it looks like in the records anyhow. So the 3855, originally was what they considered kind of a long-range target cartridge, being 300 yards, the long range. And don't forget that people back then, they regularly practiced offhand like this at 40 rods. And a lot of people, they, you know, considered you not to be worth anything if you couldn't, you know, group good at 40 rods. And so a lot of the old timers, I mean, they were decent shots. I mean, they could shoot pretty decent, even with muzzle loaders out to 40 rods. So anyhow, this was a really good cartridge at 40 rods. It would, you know, group really good. And a lot of people liked it for that very purpose, because it did group good at 40 rods. And so, but you could carry it on out past 40 rods because it was a 300 yard cartridge, 40 rods being 220 yards. So anyhow, this gun, it seems to be a really nice gun. It's well made. It's got real steel in it. It's not little stamped junk like they come out in after 64. I kind of like how this forearm's put on here, this forearm cap. It's got these little screws right there, so it don't really have anything on the side, and so it just looks real smooth. And I really like it so far. It seems to be a really well made gun. I like how the taper is just real smooth going down it. It's not, a lot of the earlier 94s that I have are real quick taper right here. It's called a sport taper, and it has a 1 in 15 twist, at least according to Winchester. And just seems to be a really well made gun. Nice rounded edges. The wood to metal fit is immaculate. The metal to metal fit is really good. It has a W right here, which is kind of neat. And this is actually, looks like the 12th one made. So that's pretty cool. And like I said, it has a nice takedown feature. So if I get this thing, if I shoot a lot of black powder in it, I can just pull it off there and just dump hot water right through the barrel and clean it right out. And as you know, these cartridges seal up real good, so we shouldn't have a lot of blowback into here or in any as far as that goes. But we'll also be able to get into this side of that as well. But I'm looking forward to shooting this a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed. Okay, we're going to see how easy this baby loads. There went one in there. Spring's got quite a bit of pressure on it. We got 2 in there. 3. 4. We'll just use this just to push it in. Alright. These are trail boss loads, so these are going to be very quiet. Always helps when you take off the safety. We'll try that one more again. That's so much fun. Try that one more again. That's so much fun. Alright, I'm gonna try one at the 50-yard target. Of course, this is not 50 yards, I'm standing closer. Knocked it for a loop. It must be pretty well sighted in from the factory. Alright, let's load these in. These are supposed to be going about 1,800 feet a second with a 255 grain bullet. But I imagine that's out of a longer barrel. Anyhow, let's go ahead and shoot these water jugs and see what happens. Alright, gonna shoot these water jugs. Hopefully we'll hit it dead center. See what happens. Should be going about 1,800 feet a second. Well, kind of got a little wet. All right, let's see what happens. Well, there's jugs everywhere. All right, here's one jug, hit dead center. That was the second jug, probably. This is gonna be the first jug, hit dead center. And this jug has a hole completely through it. This jug has a hole in one side and not in the other. And this jug doesn't have any holes in it. Or does it? No. So, let's see. It went through. It stopped in this one. So, 1, 2, 3. Went through 3 of them. Stopped in the 4th one. And let's get that baby out of there and see what it looks like. There you are. Solid lead projectile. It mushroomed out really good. We'll weigh that sucker and see how much it weighs. Looks kind of wrinkledy, don't it? All right, after shooting that in the water jugs, this right here was how it started out. And this is here is how it ended it up. And that's 810 thousandths of it. Is how big it expanded out to. And it weighs 236 grains still. It started out 255. So it retained quite a bit of its weight. I really appreciate you guys watching. And I hope you enjoyed the 1894 Winchester. This is a Maruku made in Japan. It is a really nice looking gun. To me, it looks like it's even better than the original. These internal parts are machined, or anyhow they're thick, sturdy parts. They're not little stamped out junk like they come out with after 64. And this right here is just a pin going through there all the way through, and it's not a screw like in the later models, which was super annoying. So it looks like a really, really well made gun. I really like it. It's got the let's see, has a rebounding hammer on it. I know a lot of people are going to hate that, but in all intents and purposes, this is a really nice, really well made gun. It's made by one of the best gun manufacturers in the whole world. And the wood to metal fit is awesome. And they did as normal, left it a little proud, so over time you can sand it down a little bit and have a brand new finish on it and won't hurt anything. So anyhow, this is my first 94 Winchester made by Maruku, and I feel like they did an excellent job. The locking bolt is a little bit different than the regular model 94. It seems like it is a little bit more solid. You got to pull this up or you can't pull the trigger. See, it has a, right there, see? So this is all the way back. Then it comes back that little bit more. So you cannot pull the trigger without the lever all the way up. It's very crisp when it breaks. It's very crisp. So that's going to be one of our new guns on the channel, so y'all stay tuned. We're going to have a lot of videos on this gun. 810 thousandths. It's a wrinkled up little sucker.